What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I'm going to talk to you about Hologram. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down what's moving it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Hologram is up 17.86%, $1.74 the low, $2.04 the high. A lot of volume. So you do have 50.5 million shares being traded, 39.1 is the average. So Hologram did have a very nice spike yesterday to roughly $2.82. That was done pre-market. So they are very good at hype and momentum. I got to give them that. Even though they love to rely on notes for money coming in, they know how to hype up investors. And so basically the news that came out yesterday was piggybacking off of kind of the kryptonite. So in case you don't know, DeepSeek caused the market a hell of a lot of disruption yesterday and kind of rolling over to it today. So MicroCloud Hologram plans to adopt DeepSeek R1 as a basis for holographic AI applications to provide users with holographic intelligence experience. So I think they're good at PR blitzes. Generally, looking at this, they put out news yesterday, 24th, 23rd, 22nd, 21st, 16th, 15th, 14th. I don't know any other company that does more news than them. But as I mentioned in my last video, they became relatively addicted. They put out news on December the 30th, realized how the market reacts to their news, and then they're kind of just putting out whatever. So I think a lot of this is fluff. The news that did come out yesterday though, so it shows that they're going to be, so this is kind of reverting back to their old business. And so they did pivot to quantum. So this seems to be focusing on the old aspect of it. And it looks as though that they're just going to be using DeepSeek to kind of assist with that. So not really anything crazy. I think any company would do that in a smaller nature, of course. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't see this being a crazy news that you need to buy Hologram over, but people see this, so DeepSeek, and just buy the hell out of it. So got to give it to the company itself. They know how to hype up people, ride the wave up. And as I've mentioned, you always want to look at the abnormal volume spikes. So that is typically a good indication that you want to buy. But in general, it all comes down to timing. High yesterday was $2.59, low was $1.65. So just based on the parameters, it's kind of on a lower scale, so it does seem to be kind of fading off, but nonetheless, still you can make some pretty good money swinging this. And if you do believe that this is a squeeze play, shorts are returning around 669,000 shares today. 23.24% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 4.75 million shares. And just the options, as I've signaled in the past, I think the options are going to be the demise of Hologram through shorts, because shorts can easily just hedge. But 303,000 in calls, 47,000 in puts, 49% of all the options being done today are optimistic in nature. Not all that much, so they only do have monthly chains, but it seems to be hedging around that $3 range just in case. So in case you don't know what that means by hedging, so let's say Hologram was to go through one of their iconic squeezes, shorts just buy call options, the closest strike price, so that's $3. And then just in the event that Hologram does go to, let's say 6, 7, 8, or whatever else, shorts are able to cover their shares at $3 since they bought the $3 calls. So that's kind of what that means. So aside from that, not much puts going on. So I think that's rather surprising, because I think a lot of people who, I don't know, like I said, I'm not biased. I always like to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hologram itself does really need to do something prior to all those notes coming due, because yeah, it's going to be a lot of dilution. Nothing wrong with that. Some companies fully rely on that, but at the moral end of the day, you need to just get the damn job done and bring in revenue to offset all of that dilution. So I think just over the next year, Hologram definitely has its work cut out for it, but Despite that though, you actually do see and still are seeing random transactions. So one transaction on the secondary market above $100,000, it does show as a buy for $667,000 in premiums. So potentially that could be linked to shorts or some other point out there. So let me know your thoughts on Hologram. What's your viewpoint on the PR blitzes? Do you think that they're just overdoing it, or do you think it's justified? This news that came out yesterday, I gotta say that it is a lot easier to read, so they are improving on that. Still though, I think they're saying a lot of words, but they're not physically saying a lot in this. So I think there still is room for improvement, but you know me, right? I'm always cautiously optimistic about companies that are doing PR blitzes. And I think people need to beg the question, is it to hide something, potentially dilution, or is it just now that they became addicted to putting out all this news? It's kind of hard to distinguish yet. We just have to wait up until their next earnings just to see if there was any dilution occurring and to what extent. But you know what? They know how to ride the momentum train, so ride it with him, and yeah, you can definitely make some pretty good money. So let me know your viewpoint on Hologram. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Did you buy yesterday? Buy today? Did you do options? What have you been doing with Hologram? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And with one final thing, I did launch a Patreon roughly 2 months ago. Give a lot of good signals on buy signals, stocks, options, and crypto just in that 2 months. Many of them have doubled, tripled, so definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.